Welcome back to AutoLooks Online. This week we're looking at one wild-looking, well, can't really say sports car, from a sports car manufacturer, the new Venturi America 1. Okay, it's Venturi America. Maybe I should have numbered my pictures. Okay, now the Venturi America is one wild-looking, crazy crossover. A lot of people are coming out with odd-looking crossovers. I don't know. We've seen some pretty wild-looking things from Rin Speed, from Lotus Design, from Aston Martin, Saab, but this year we got one from Venturi. Okay, I know you're at the Paris Auto Show and you got Paris, French, sports car manufacturers, but Venturi, they already make weird-looking cars. Look at the Venturi Fetish. The name just says it's already weird, but America? They don't even sell this thing in America. No, they don't sell this thing. It's concept. But let's take a look at this wild-looking thing. This thing looks like a vehicle that Venturi wants to build to travel across sand dunes in Dubai. Everybody knows one of the biggest markets for sports cars and supercars for the very rich is United Arab Emirates. Hence, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Porsche Cayennes has been selling like crazy. Q7s, Veyrons, Mercedes SLS. Like, the names just go on. Seems that Venturi wants to expand their market and become like an actual mid-tier sports car manufacturer. Not just this, one-off, well, not one-off, but, low production sports car manufacturers. Some people think of low brands like that, Marcos, TVR, companies like that. But Venturi seems to want to move up. With a vehicle like this, it'd be great for deserts, African, South American. I could see people buying these things out in Las Vegas too. Hey, if Jeep can do a no-door vehicle, then how come Venturi? Jeep's got no competition besides some markets, the Land Rover Defender. But hey, create something like this might give Jeep a run for their money on Wrangler sales, right? Now, let's take a look at why one I'm a fan and one I'm not a fan. Up front, not too much of a fan. Venturi's gone a long way. You look back at their old antique sports car of the 1990s, that was a wild-looking, kick-ass car. Kind of reminiscent of the Ferrari F40, but still, it was a neat-looking sports car. People want it. This thing, I don't know, up front, headlights are kind of neat. They can lose this tiny little air duct right here. It's a little too smooth up front. That's all I could say. There's too many curves. Need some hard edges. I know Venturi's going with this weird-looking new V grill. V grills are actually hard to do. Hard to make look cool. I've tried it. Tried it for a couple of years with some of my old designs. V grills are hard to make look good. Your air ducts on this thing, they're sunken right into it. Like, there's no edging, no nothing. It's part of the front end, and they're sunken in. And you got too many freaking ducts. Okay, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Then you got these weird-looking lines, weird-looking turn signals, and square wheel wells. Kind of neat, kind of not. Futuristic and boring. That's all I could say about the front end. And they're not going to really receive very high marks for the front end of this thing. Really, and the other worst part about the front end of this thing, it looks like it's made of plastic. Like, it looks like a toy car. When you're making a car, you're making a design, you don't make it look like a toy. What happens when you make it look like a toy? You get a Pontiac Aztek or the Chevy Avalanche, the first generation. Like, way too much plastic. One thing we've learned in this industry, people are not too crazy about plastic-looking cars. They buy cars with plastic parts. I owned a 94 Concorde before, and my front fenders were made of plastic. Look the exact same as metal. But when you make them look like they're made of plastic, it's a different story. Along the side, like I said, there's no doors. You can fit a door in there. You can fit a gull wing door in there. That'd be even cooler. But you don't need it. Okay? It's a wild looking sand dune racer. Front windshield is actually curved properly. Maximize your viewing space so you can see everything around you. Next to dropping the windshield completely like a Wrangler, this thing has got it going on. One little downfall, these mirrors. They're a little too high. Like, I know there's no door there, but they could have dropped them right here. Or they could have hung them from here so they're hanging down. Now, your fuel port, completely chrome. I don't really get the double circle thing, but double chrome. Kind of cool, kind of neat. Gonna add for a little bit of luxury appeal. Now, along the bottom, you can see that there's a black spot right below the door. There's a little black edge. You wonder what it is? Footstep. Now, how many people out there with trucks get rails on the side? You know, rails, running boards, pipes, all those things you step on. Basically running boards. A lot of people buy brand new GMs to get the running boards. Basically, that's what this little black spot is. Running board. And the fact that when you get in your vehicle with mud, dirt, grease, grime, or anything, you're not going to scuff it. Scuff free. Now, if you touch this spot, you might scuff it, but hey, you've already stepped in. Now, moving on to the back end. It's just like the front end. Way too many curves. Way too many odd-looking lights. Yeah. They got with their Venturi-looking weird grill at the back end, too. Okay, kind of neat, but kind of not. Not too sure about this thing. And the fact is that the back end of this thing looks like a whale. Really? He's got that really big spot in the center that doesn't mean anything. Like, you can kind of guess it's like the back bumper run into something. But it sticks out from the car. Now, taillights, the weird looking round things. Even with a back end like this, they could have known a lot more. Seriously, bring this and kind of notch it. Curve an evil looking taillight. Curve an evil looking taillight. Drop this so it's flat. Push this out a bit. Make it so it's a chrome and wrap it around like a bush guard. That's one thing that would have made this vehicle look so much better if they had integrated bush guards. A tiny little one on each side of the front, and at the back, one that comes out, big in the center, and curves to small little tubes that run along the side. Bush guard, yeah, cool. Rims, boring. Not the coolest. You add in guarded wheels, the slabber on the outside. There's just many holes in the center. Really look like an off-road vehicle. Some people might know what I'm talking about. Black with the chrome rims, with a bush guard on them. Neat looking. Now, they did push in the rear window. Yes, if you're guessing this thing is a two-seater. If you're going to put anyone in the back of this thing, you're pretty crazy. But Venturi thinks you might be able to. Now, what am I going to have to say with the fetish? Or not the fetish, the America here. Out of 10? I don't know. You're getting a 4. The 4 comes from being a wild, crazy, and way out of this world off-road vehicle. But your downfalls, way too many curves. Way too many odd-looking lights. Weird ducks. Your rear bumper just looks like some flat hunk of steel you just threw on there for, oh, we need a place to, we need a bumper. Kind of looks like some parts of this vehicle were just kind of thrown together. Seriously, Venturi, if you want to make this thing look cool, you don't really have to change much. Like, get rid of the round tail light to the back end, add some evil looking slits. Like, even if they just run lengthwise or curve around. Add a bush guard to the back. Add 2 small little bush guards to the front end that kind of block off the sides. And throw a little bit of chrome on it. And you got some wild looking kick-ass off-road sand dune racing vehicle. Okay? Now, for this week at AutoLooks, the Venturi, no, you're not getting any thumbs up. Well, okay, you're getting like half thumb up for being cool. That's about it. Just keep waiting. Keep looking. Maybe someday, Venturi, you'll have something cool. I remember Jay saying, hey, I don't know what the hell he was thinking.